I hope you're having a good night, a good day, wherever you are. What I want to talk about is how can we improve, as a race. How can we get black power, in the communities and stuff like that? I think that to get something like that, it's going to require, structure in your community, The main thing that we need to start focusing on is trying to control our youth because our youth is out of control. So we need to work on controlling that. We don't need to be scared of our youth, our children. We don't. The communities done went, down long enough. It's just time out for all of that. With these children running around here like chickens with their heads cut off. It's time for, some of you men to step up. They ain't got to be your children. But it's just time to draw a line in the community and stop letting these children, just run over and doing all kind of stuff that they ain't got no business doing. It's time for us to stop the violence, period. So we need black power in our communities. Black power is structure. That's what it is. Until we grab a hold of our communities and our people, ain't nobody gonna take us serious until we take ourselves, serious, period, okay? You got a lot of our children raising themselves because the parents got to work 10, hours, or they're working 3 and 4 jobs trying to survive because of the economy is so messed up right now, the way that they want it. So your children can raise themselves and be, in and out the prison system, stuff like that. And then in a lot of these communities, they don't have nothing, for the youth to do. It's nothing for them to do but to get in trouble, to do things that they ain't got no business doing. It's no solutions out there, for them. And I haven't seen nobody yet, bring that up about, what's going on in the communities. Every now and then somebody will speak up and say, well, let's stop the violence, and then that just be it. It need to be more than that. It needs to be action, That's what we need in our communities, to get this thing going, It shouldn't matter if these children ain't related to you. Long as they look like me and you, that's our nation. Those are our people. So you should care regardless, We need to help each other out. And another thing too, stop telling your children, to go and knock somebody out or fight somebody, because all you're really doing is, starting up drama in your community, something that you don't need. You're starting up hate when we need to be trying to teach your children about self-love, about loving, each other. When it comes to the black race, we dealing with a lot of mental problems, with the men and the women not getting along. With the women, we can't be feminine like other women that don't look like us, because it's a struggle just being, the color that we are, and plus being a woman. It's a lot to deal with, but a lot got to do with generation trauma, us being too scared to bring us out of what we was in a long time ago. And this stuff just went on and on. And, it's still with us today, A lot of times you got some men say that, they can't deal with a black woman. They'll rather go outside the race. But they don't look at it that we all done been through trauma, A lot got to do with the environments that we live in. Ain't nobody trying to fix them at all, because it's up to us to do it. That's why. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for us. But like I say, we need to get these children, in control. That's a fact. Time out for all of that. Time out, for mama and daddy going out there doing damn funeral arrangements for stuff that could be avoided if we would just open our mouth and act like we give a damn, about our children and our youth. You know, I told you before, the music got a lot to do with stuff too now. That's why we need to start, making each other accountable for our mistakes and the things that we are doing and the things that we are putting in the environment to make things the way that they are. You know, today music, they ain't teaching them nothing like that. All of it, majority of it is negativity. I know that it was all kind of music coming out, when we were younger or whatever the case may be, but there also was some more music on the side that was teaching knowledge. But today, there's no type of leadership in the music at all, And for this with the women, I don't even want to really get on that. The way that they showing our little girls, how to act, it just sluttish, dressing slut, all kind of stuff like that, which, we need to, teach our little girls to do better. We don't want our children on no sex trafficking list. Hell, you don't want to be on one. We stay in a time now that people are watching you, your every move and stuff like that. It's like a hunting season time, That's what we're living in today. So we don't want to draw no attention to our girls or ourselves. And when I say about the community holding us accountable, that's the only way that we can get the community back up like it should be, the proper way. And that goes for damn dope dealers and all, y'all. Please stop selling dope in your damn community. You're no different than the folks that wear the white sheets on top of their head and hide their faces, okay? You're no different when you bringing down your community, when there's other things out there that you can be doing, instead of destroying each other. That's why I say, we got to get some type of black power, in our communities, Another thing, too, we need to stop trying to compete with each other, The only competing that we need to be doing is trying to better our community, okay? That's the only competing, that we need to be doing. Nobody is better than nobody, But we need to stop competing with each other because nobody got no more than the other. I don't care what you may have or what type of job that you have. We haven't did nothing for this trying to build ourselves or come up with a solution, for anything. We ain't came up with nothing yet, So how, can you compete with your brother or your sister, We don't even have, our own light bill company, our own water bill company, our own grocery stores, our own farming, our own community, we don't have none of that stuff, You're working under somebody else's job. You're not trying to have your own business, and anybody that, got their own business, pat yourself on the back. And let me tell you something, it ain't that wrong, with working for people and stuff like that. But you ought to be tired of making somebody else rich, their generation rich, to keep this same cycle to keep going and going, It's no different than sometimes what they say, you come in the world with nothing and then you leave without nothing. But see, the difference with our oppressors is that they come in the world with something because they steady leaving each other something, And then, when they leave, they leaving it down to generation through generation. And see, that's the same thing what we doing, and we constantly working like that, and we're not trying to build ourselves. We need to learn how to build ourselves, how to support each other, When somebody have a solution or something like that, let's support each other on that. The only way to come up out of anything, we have to do it. Nobody else is going to do nothing for us. Ain't nobody. So we need to stop sitting on each other's porch talking about each other. We need to stop, being in the public fighting and fussing, stuff like that. And we need to stop, getting up there talking about somebody hating on you. That's more like high school. When you become grown, them little things like that, they don't even come across your mind no more. It shouldn't, they're for like little children, like my children that in school right now. You too old. If you over 18, you ain't got no business. You know what? I'm gonna go a little higher up. I'm gonna say 23. If you over 23, you ain't got no business talking about somebody hating on you, or just keeping up drama, period. We have so much work to do in our communities, trying to make our environment better than what it is, okay? This is why you have the crime rate, so high and stuff like that. Because of the cost of living and all this stuff is so high, and people just going out there doing whatever they got to do to survive. And then y'all keep going and checking a box, thinking that that's going to help you. What I mean by that, voting. Voting ain't helped us yet. I don't care what you say. I'm so sick and tired, of some of these Negroes just selling the people all these lies and stuff, and knowing they can't do nothing because their hands are tied up. You can't do nothing. Another thing too, what we need to do in the community, especially these, communities like ours, we need to put something up there like posters on the walls, of kings and queens and pharaohs. Just show our youth that, we once were something. People that look like us, this is what they did. Give them some type of like motivation to want to, do better. So we need some of that in our communities, we do need that. And like I say, we need to put some activities in there for them children to do, because they had nothing else to do. Another thing too, for this with the youth, that if you're working, the school is raising your child, and then the streets is raising your child. The school really don't have no structure in them, okay? Our children are different than other children. The reason why I say this is because we don't get along. We don't know how to love on each other, We don't know how to do none of that. For an example, when your child getting in trouble, at school with each other, whatever the case may be, they don't have nobody to bring them all at the table and talk to them and tell them that, we need each other. We all we got. We low in number. You have no friends. And this ain't nothing to try to teach them no hatred or nothing like that. But our children need to learn self-love. Everybody ain't like us. I understand that, you want to throw everybody in there and you don't want somebody to feel a certain type of way. But, we got issues with each other. We don't know how to get along or to love each other, period. You know what I'm talking about? We too busy trying to compete and hating on each other. And we don't have nothing to compete with. You don't have your own nothing. You're still working under another nation. You steady making them rich. So when they leave, they leaving it for their generation, is what I'm trying to tell you now. Another thing that I think that hold us back too is religion. Yeah, religion. Because a lot of y'all just take this thing spiritual, not physical. When that thing got to go both ways. You got to do both ways. You can't just say that I'm going to leave it up to something in the skies, to make this thing better and all that. That's not going to work. No. And then another thing too, it shouldn't matter what you believe in. That should not divide you from nobody. It shouldn't divide you, but religion divides people if you're not in a certain, religion, when it should not be like that. All of us believe in the same thing. Y'all just got different images. That's it. It's a good and it's an evil there, okay? We all believe in the same thing. A few what about a year ago, something like that. I know that all y'all did see that the Hebrew Israelites had a army, you know, and you seen the structure in there. Now I can say a little about that. It does teach somewhat of a structure in there. That's why I was saying we need some type of black power, you know, because you do need some type of structure there. But the problem that I have, you know, with my brothers and sisters is that they waiting on something. They claiming a curse while we going through, you know, what we going through. You know, they claim all of that. You know, nobody is coming up with a solution to bring their people out of what they in, you know? And when you compare, you know, the Jews, these people have a solution. You know, you can't even play in their faces. They don't play that. You know, they have a solution. You know, of how they do things. You know, they don't put their people back into something. No, they made something there. You know, for their people to be in. You know, it's like a little community, and see that's how we should be. Period. But we not like that. You know, I think that we need to come up with a solution. I think that's the best thing that we can do. And then I see a lot of them, you know, they be on the streets talking, and you know, that's cool or whatever. But I think that some of y'all need to get in these communities and talk, you know, to these children, you know. If you tell my, you know, some type of structure or whatever, you know, you're doing. But I think that, you know, y'all need to work on that. Another thing, why I don't too much care for the religion thing either is because a lot of times we think that we got to forgive people. You know, it got our minds so messed up and programmed. You know, because it's a constantly like they chanting spells. You know, witchcraft, forgiveness, forgiveness. I don't think everything deserves of forgiveness. Okay, I don't think it does. And the people, you know, and the ones that worship Jesus, you know, if Jesus was living today, a lot of y'all would hate him, you know, because he would be a black sheep. You would be against him because you'll look at him, you know, as being a rebel, you know. You'll be running away from him. It's a lot of Jesus that walking around here, but y'all don't want to go near them because you don't like how the way they talk and how the way they carry themselves. And some of y'all are too busy, you know, trying to impress everybody else but your own. I notice also, you know, about us, we'll fight everybody else's battle but our own battle. We don't go hard like we should for ourselves, you know, but we'll sure do it for somebody else. And see, we ain't gonna never get nowhere like this, okay? Never. And for this coming in, you know, as a one human race, we can't do that right now. Because first of all, we had to clean up in front of our front door, our own front door. We had to get our communities, you know, in control. You know, we need some structure there. Can't be scared of the youth. I'ma say it again. We can't be scared of the youth, okay? But the voting ain't working. And see, now they done came up with a new thing that they got going on, talking about some reparation. Let me tell you something. Long as, you know, you can depend on that system, that's how they like it. They don't want to give us nothing like that because they know that we done been down so long. We just waiting on something like that so we can pick ourselves up real fast. But see, they're not finna do that. See, you got a lot of us that be on here with that silly mess talking about they ain't gonna do nothing but spending money here and there. No, that ain't true. It's a lot of us that done woken up, okay? It's a lot of us that's trying to have our own businesses and stuff like that today. It's a lot of us that's trying to do. So that's not true. But they're not going to give it to you because they want you to depend on them, okay? They want you to keep making them rich and rich, okay? So they can pass it generation. So they're not. But how the way I look at it, I think that they do owe us, you know? And they can start off with the damn prison system, because the prison system is the one that keeps America rich, okay? Remember, they couldn't have no prison system, if it wasn't for our ancestors that got freed without no money during slavery. That's when they came up with their little damn 13th Amendment, and that's when they came up with their little plantation house, the prison system. That's what make America rich. That's why she keep damn building them. Okay? See, it's the same way today. No difference. They got the economy and stuff up so goddamn high. You working 3 and 4 jobs trying to survive, And sometimes we have to do whatever we have to do to survive. And see, they have a system out there that's waiting on us to lock us up, okay? So it's no different. And just the same as, we love to complain, with these politics of thinking that somebody is taking from the other when nobody is taking from nobody, Some of us love to bring up the women that stay in the projects and the welfare and all this and that. But why you think that they giving them folks that? It's a reason behind everything now. Don't you know majority of the girls that stay in the project, some of their men are locked up or they on probation, they on something now. But you got the prison system that is getting free labor like they were doing our ancestors. And what they need to do is start paying these girls that are home. Then some of them won't even have to stay in the damn projects if they were doing that. But see, they're not finna do that. And you ain't gonna never hear a politician even talk like that. See, that's why I say I don't understand why y'all still voting. And see, I don't understand why y'all get tired of people bringing up slavery when we still going by your damn forefather dead ass people, in the ground, they laws, that they made now a long time ago. How in the world can we get past anything if we still going by that stuff, okay? And see, a lot of people trying to make certain things don't exist. Like the racism and all this and that. Man, these folks got this stuff so damn twisted up to the point that you don't even know how to explain it, man. I mean, it's there. You know it's there. And that's all you can know, that it's there. You can't even hardly explain it. And then another thing too, I've been hearing a lot about, your rights, getting taken away from you and all this. And let me tell you something. You never had them. They just bold today and they letting you know that you never had them. Wake up. Please wake up. You never had them. So stop thinking that somebody is taking something from you that you never had, It's just time to wake up, It's just time to, get ourselves together. We don't need to be sitting there running behind nobody, checking a box. We need to demand these things. We need to stop acting like we owe some damn body, Why the hell we got to struggle like this? And we done been through all this mess with our ancestors, and we still going through this mess today. This stuff still exists today. You still got people that are so damn ignorant. And then you got, some of us that's entertaining this mess. They okay with it. You got some of us that love the system that we live in. You got a bunch of damn drivers. I told you what that is. The slave back then that watched, the slaves that when master took a nap, when you ran off and tried to, free for freedom, your own was going to run you down. That's a driver. And see, you got a lot of them today. It is so confusing today, in the world. Because, one time we knew who our enemies was and we had shackles, But today, your enemy look just like you. I just think that, we have so much work to do, And I think that the only way to get this thing done and the only way that anybody will take us serious when we take the first step and try to clean up ourselves, okay? When we admit that we have problems and issues, okay? All of that. And when we stop separating each other, we can do better. That's just like not too long ago, I was talking to my boyfriend. He was telling me that he had went to a church, and he was saying that the pastor, he said it was a mixed church, and he said the pastor was a white guy, but he was saying that the man was saying that it's time for them to take back over. A woman don't belong in preaching and all that crazy mess. You know what I'm talking about? That's why we in the situation that we in today, because of that. See, I try to explain, that it's two things to everything to balance off, Just like you got left, right, as above, so below, day, night, man, woman, feminine, masculine. Some don't get it. And some of us, we still holding on to damn ham when that ain't the issue. Everything is off damn balance. Just like you got good and evil. When are you going to get it? What if that was put here for that? So we'll never get along, dividing each other, planting seeds and stuff like that. I just hate, how some things divide people, and how some of my people, they just sleepwalking, and then they look at me crazy because I got stuff like this on, but don't realize that this symbol represents the man and the woman. When they come together, they create life, as above, so below, the ancestors, healing, all of that. But you rather take a masculine step over that way with all of that. You can do what you want to do, it's do what you do. But then you wonder why all these men going with each other in the churches and stuff, because y'all trying to take over all the energy. That's why. Y'all want it all. Y'all want feminine and masculine. So I guess nature say you here it go. You can have all of it. We don't have time for some things, you know what I'm talking about? And sometimes I think that we put too much energy in the wrong things, We really do. And I think that we need to wake up, period, Learn, try to learn stuff, I understand it's nothing wrong with you reading the Bible or whatever the case may be, But also study on the outside. When you're talking about a creator, that's everything. You know what I'm talking about? It's a lot of stuff to learn. And people trying to make like they know it so well and don't know nothing well. Just like with the Bible. You got a lot of them say that those are the words from God. I just think that maybe it was inspired by men, but I don't believe that them the words, by God. Maybe their understanding of that. I don't know. That's just the way that they do, And like I say, I'm not trying to change nobody of what they believe in. That what you believe in it. If that do you good, well, keep doing it. You know what I'm talking about? But we need to stop dividing each other. And we need to pay attention, to these children. We need to get our community, like it's supposed to. We need to start holding each other accountable for the stupid junk that we doing in our communities. We need to realize that what we thought was our damn culture, with the fussing and the fighting and the shaking your ass and all of that, just being rigid, our culture, when it never been our culture, It has never ever been our culture. So I don't know why in the world we think that stuff like that is our culture. No. But we need to try to build each other, I'm so sick. I'm going to say it again. I'm sick of paying all these damn bills. I'm sick of, just working like that, period, all the damn time. And it just don't make no sense. That's just like I always say that why the hell we paying a damn water bill when these people go to church every Sunday, but let them tell it the Creator had made it. But why the hell is y'all charging us for that? It's what I don't understand. And then you got you Negroes that say they cleaning the water. I just get so sick and tired of y'all just making up all type of damn excuses for this nasty ass system. A system that don't care about nobody. I'm talking about it don't care about nobody. It don't even care about the white people. No. And see, y'all gonna learn that when war come. They got you working so much you can't even put back food if a war come. They don't give a damn about you. They keep charging you all this money and sending all this money over there, to help for war and all kind of stuff like that. Drama. They don't care about you. They just treat us the worst because we okay with it. Because the Bible said forgive people, That's why they do us the way that they do us. But let everybody tell it, we the most hardest and this thuggish and, all of that. You know how they just say all kind of stuff about us. We the most wicked. No, we ain't. No, we ain't. We here today, where we at now, because we had welcomed these people in with open arms. So that ought to tell you something. That what they say is a lie. I wonder how them people feel when their children were getting snatched out their hands and stuff, Getting fed to alligators, I wonder how, the people felt when the queen was going to Africa, stealing diamonds and gold. I wonder how they felt. A lot of times when you see us, you look at us as being flashy and loving jewelry and all that stuff like that. And I guess we cannot help it, because Africans, love all this different type of art stuff. So it's in your blood to be like that. You know what I'm talking about? But it's just time to start trying to build each other, Who cares about the designer clothes that you got on? What good is that? Why not try to come up with your own design, Stop competing with each other, because we ain't got nothing yet. Even, when you buy a car or a house, you still got to pay taxes on some damn land that you don't bought. Why the hell you still paying taxes? It's like they always trying to drain you until they can drain you dry, And all of y'all ought to be sick and tired of these damn lies. I don't even see how any of y'all even still believe in voting. That's anybody, I just want us to do better. And I know that I get on here sometimes and I talk to my people and stuff like that, but we all going through something. And us, being fooled, like they got white people fooled, like they got privileges over us, but they just using y'all to do what they do. And some of you believe it. And some of you will follow up the stuff that they doing, even though it's hurting you. In the process of that. When we wake up to that and acknowledge that, that's a better off that we will be. And we're not going to realize nothing until when a war do come. We're going to realize that we don't have none of them because they're going to disappear, That's what they're going to do. Shalom, shalom. And y'all be Barack. And I just want us to do better. I want them to stop, letting us live in the condition that we live in, so they can keep throwing us in jail and making us join the damn military because we don't have no choice. I'm sick of being used. I'm sick of being used on these damn jobs. I'm sick of my people working 4 and 5 jobs and they tired. They ain't got time to raise their damn children. The community's steady going down. I'm sick of all of that. We all need to be sick of that. And we all need to stand up and start demanding what we need. If they can send all that damn money over there to another country, you ain't got to be doing all the work that you're doing like a slave.